Oh, that's funny stuff. All right, we're live on YouTube. Let me go ahead and give that shit a quick share on the
The
old
tube.
Facebook. Can I tag friends? Yes, I can.
You ain't got no friends.
Oh, no,
Stop
maybe
it.
I can't. Nope.
Don't you dare tag me.
Stop it.
Damn.
Colin, what you playing over there? You still playing Super Mario?
All right,
You
posted
playing
it to
Super Mario?
Facebook. Posting it to YouTube.
Yo, I got
Or
2K21
Twitter.
downloading right now.
All right.
You don't want nothing 2K21 with me, man.
Bro, you don't want no smoke, bro. Y'all lucky I retired, bro. I put the controller
He
down for a
said, "You're
few.
lucky I retired."
Right,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Y'all don't want no smoke. I'll pick it back up. I'll be right back at it. It don't matter. It's all the same.
That's all
It
right. I'm
don't
finna.
change.
We'll see. You can come over, get on them sticks.
Shit, I'm downloading it right now. I just seen it was on sale for like $20, so I bought it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even got the new one yet.
Oh, it
I
won't
haven't
let
been playing
me.
it like that.
It won't let me do it as Dave Cat Podcast. I'm gonna have to do something about that one. Interesting.
What up?
All right, I'm gonna play
Yeah.
the intro song here. I'm gonna start recording. In 3, 2, 1.
It's the Dave Cat Podcast. The Dave Cat Podcast.
Oh yeah, it's a Dave Cat Podcast. Can always get used to that intro song. I'm telling you, I'm not even a rock guy, but that's something I can get used to all the time and get real energized about talking about some football with some 80s rock. No? Okay, maybe not. But seriously though, welcome back to the Dave Cat Podcast. Joined in by the crew, Seth Reed. You already know he's on Twitter. What's your Twitter handle, Seth? What is it at
At,
Seth?
at Seth Reed 620.
Monty at Monty Clements 29. He tweets out sometimes, just not all the time. And then I believe we're joined in by Rick again. He came in about a month ago. Rick, are you still in here?
I am.
Oh, okay. I know it's been a while since we first got in there and started doing the pre-show warm-ups. You know, got to get all the info, get all the news, talk about what we're going to talk about. You know, everyone has the show has the pre-show meetings and everything. So I didn't know if you were still here or not. So welcome back. The Super Bowl did happen. Crazy ass Super Bowl. It didn't go the way a lot of people thought it would. A lot of the bettors, the little bettors, it went the way that they thought it would. The big bettors, not so much. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the future of the offseason, and we're going to talk about some of the players already getting cut and doesn't have to wait until free agency to sign with another team. Maybe we'll see who's in play there, but starting off, I just want to give a little take about my take on the Super Bowl. I said the Buccaneers were going to win 38-33. They ended up winning the game in the Super Bowl 31-9, just destroying the Chiefs. They were without their left tackle and their right tackle. They could not stop Shaq Barrett and JPP and Ndamukong Suh. They were getting to him all day. Levante David and Devin, or what is that? Who's that? Devin White? Is that his name? Devin White. You got to get used to that name because he's going to be a household name. The guy's already up and coming, and he's really, really fast, and he's going to be great in coverage for years to come. And as long as he can get through the line and start blitzing more often, that dude's going to be an all-star going forward. And that defensive game plan by Todd Super Bowls was just, I'm telling you, you should wrap that up, put a bow on it, and send it off to the Hall of Fame for that game plan because he made Patrick Mahomes look like Sam Darnold. I'm not kidding. He
How
looked
many
awful.
how many coaches you think regret not even giving him a thinking about him as being a head coach this offseason now? Like, I don't get why they don't wait longer to sign these coaches till after the Super Bowl. I would love to wait till after the Super Bowl to sign a coach. I mean, they just do it quick. Oh, we got to get a coach. We got to get a coach.
Well, the NFL would have to implement that because the NFL, like the teams, are not going to wait. They got to get their guy now as long as that guy's available, you know.
Well, man, Todd Bowles, like you said, made the best player we're ever going to see, supposedly. Looked like an average player at best. So, like I said, man,
No, yeah, it was crazy. No, like, so like I said, my take was I'm not really that surprised. I'm surprised that it was that big of a blowout. But with
Very.
the line play just being dominant, just like the Giants did to Brady back in 2007, where it was Strahan and company and OCU Umenora were just straight dominant. Who was that? Kawika Mitchell, some linebacker with dreads. Those guys were just all over the field, reminiscent of that defense. The Buccaneers were all over the place. Probably better than the 2000 Buccaneers team. Would you think?
Oh yeah,
Mon-
I think so.
Monty, when you're looking at the Buccaneers and Tom Brady that you hate going against Patrick Mahomes, was this game more of the Chiefs being bad with the line play, receivers dropping the ball, the Buccaneers being good, mixture of both, and I mean sprinkle in some of the ref play? Like, what do you think of when you see the Super Bowl? Are you that surprised of the outcome?
I was very surprised by the outcome, but I do want to say that I'm not a Tom Brady hater. Come on, man, don't do that. I just want to keep it real on like he gets all that love that people don't forget that he did get suspended for cheating. I just want that to be, like, because that did happen. So, like, I feel like if you're gonna get all that love and like, you know, people are comparing you to the greatest of the greats, and you got to nitpick, and that's one of his nitpicks. Like the dude got caught cheating. I don't know. I don't know what any other player that's great. People just ignore it for.
No,
But for him,
you know what, Monty, I agree with you. Like if you think about it in other sports like baseball, like say Barry Bonds, Roger
Right.
Clemens, or guys like that,
it bothers
like
me.
they it gets held against them. Like Pete Rose, man. I mean, come on, he didn't even cheat. He just betted on baseball. Has more hits than anybody.
Right.
That record's probably going to stand. He's still not in the Hall of Fame. But Tom Brady, I mean, you're right though. Like no one that does ever talk about that. I mean, I agree with you there, man. Like you're totally right. But
He's great. He is great. I'm not saying that's what made his career. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when it comes to the top of the top and, you know, getting all the glory and being the golden boy, you do have some blemishes now.
He does, but you know what, Monty? He's the fucking GOAT, man. And I've never once said that.
Yeah, he is. I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying he's not.
I've never said that about Brady until right now, and I'll tell you this why, because all these people want to talk about how Patrick Mahomes is going to be the best NFL quarterback we'll ever see. You know what? That's bullshit, dude. Because what's he done besides win one Super Bowl and get his ass whooped in this last one? And you know what? I mean, he's never going to win seven. He's never going to win 7 rings, dude. And even if he won 7 rings, everybody's going to say, "But yeah, you didn't beat Brady that time."
He went to an AFC Championship or almost to a Super Bowl, and then he went to 2 Super Bowls in a row. So I mean,
they paid him $500 million to not score a touchdown in the Super Bowl. I don't care that he ran. I don't care that he ran for 500 yards before he threw the ball scrambling. I don't care.
497 yards
$500 million
according to Pro Football Focus.
You can't score a touchdown with Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, and all those players you got. You can't score one touchdown. You paid $500 million. Dude,
497 yards behind the line of scrimmage before he was running the ball. He was running for his life.
Patrick Mahomes will be lucky to win 2 more Super Bowls in his whole career.
Any quarterback will look bad under that.
In a few years, that contract that they're paying him, that's going to kill that team in a few years. Right now,
it's not even that bad.
Every quarterback will look bad in that scenario.
Right? They were calling bad plays.
Dave, how many rings? By the end of his career, how many rings does Patrick Mahomes win?
He could potentially have 3 to 4.
That's what I say. I say 2 more. He's not winning more than 3 rings, dude.
That's fine. He don't have to have 7 though to be better than Brady. Like that's not fair because people are just discrediting.
I mean, yeah, it's just like Michael Jordan having 6 and Bill Russell having 11.
No, it's just like LeBron having 4.
I can't justify paying anybody.
We already know LeBron's
dollars. And for people to say the best quarterback we'll ever see after watching him play 3 seasons, I think they just need to slow down a little bit, dude.
Right.
I mean,
everybody
3 years.
People get crazy, out of control with everything at all times.
When I think about Tampa Bay going forward, I think as long as Tom Brady's playing, they're in the Super Bowl conversation. But as soon as Tom Brady leaves, they're going to go right down the show, just like New England. But Tampa Bay doesn't care. They just want to get those championships and get them going and get as many as they can in a little bunch so they can just chill for a couple of years and be like, hey, we got 2 or 3 Super Bowls. What do you mean? We don't care. I mean, but you look at Kansas City, they want to get more going forward as well. So what is the chance that you see these same exact two teams in the Super Bowl next year, Rick? When you're looking at this going forward, everyone in the beginning of the year joked that the Buccaneers would be in the Super Bowl because of Tom Brady, but the Kansas City Chiefs would be there. But it was reality. It ended up happening. But what's the real chance that these two teams meet again in next year's Super Bowl?
Well, I think this defense that Tampa played showed a lot to the upcoming defenses for next year, the way to play the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
They did not blitz a lot. They kept their guys back and just, had double coverage and a deep shell on the offense. And that's Tyreek Hill's game, is a deep route. We all know that.
Right.
I mean, he'll catch a few short passes and break them off himself, but he loves to get that long ball. And I think Tampa had a format for that play, for that Super Bowl, and that's what some defenses are going to, do the same thing next year. So I think Kansas City's going to have a tough time getting back to the Super Bowl, in my opinion.
That's exactly what I think. So in my opinion, I think Tampa Bay has a better chance to get back to the Super Bowl than Kansas City does going forward. Even though Tampa Bay has a lot of free agents coming up, Shaq Barrett being one, he wants to get paid. Yes, he wants to come back, but every single player that wins a Super Bowl says they want to come back with that team, and most don't. It's just a reality of the situation. Mike Evans said he'll give up some money to keep Gronk in them. Gronk's not going to be expensive. He didn't do anything into the Super Bowl, and the reason why he wasn't guarded most of the time is because they didn't do anything all year anyways. They thought he was just being a blocker, and they got caught in the with their hand in the cookie jar. So it happens sometimes, and they just happened on this game, and the worst game of the year to happen too.
Can I say though that freaking Patrick Mahomes was hurt and his bookends were hurt? Let's not act like that.
Everyone's hurt after week one. No one's 100%.
No,
Didn't
come
score
on,
a
man.
touchdown, dude.
Okay, that's fine. Did you not watch the game, Seth? Did you not see the horrible plays that they were calling? Why would you not throw more screens if your quarterback can't freaking scramble? Why were you just trying to take deep shots? Why are you not running the ball when Clyde Edwards-Helaire was averaging almost 7 yards a carry? Don't just blame that man.
Look, all I'm saying is this: if you're getting paid $500 million in your Super Bowl,
well, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that because that's the same.
I do. $500 million.
Oh, because that's the same reason why your quarterback wants to get out of Seattle. He's trying to blame everybody else.
We're talking about Russell Wilson. I don't give a shit about Russell Wilson. We're talking about Patrick Mahomes.
It doesn't matter,
bro. Paid $500 million.
To be fair, it's because of the cap, and before the COVID hit, no one thought that they were going to lose $20 million in cap, so he might have not been signed to something like that.
Stop acting like it's not a fucking 10-year deal, bro. You're acting like it's a 4-year deal for $500 million. It's a fucking 10-year deal.
We'll see in 3 years where that deal gets him when they can't sign nobody to put around.
We're not going to sit up here. All right.
We'll see how great he is. We'll see how great he is when Kelsey's gone and he can't re-sign Tyreek Hill. Then we'll see how great Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid retires. We'll see how great he is then. That's all I'm saying.
Good thing they just re-signed. Good thing they just re-signed all those guys, so they don't have to worry.
Yeah, but the Rams did that too, though.
So what? If the players are still performing,
right? And I understand, right? And understandable. Right? No.
Kelsey's 31 years old. He's the same age as Gronk. He's not going to stick around after 3 years, probably. I'm telling you that right now.
Right. What works for them is
he's slowing down.
What works for them is the cap was trending upward.
Did Kelsey look like he was slowing down to you?
No, but it's gonna Gronk.
30. I'm talking 3 years, Monty. Yeah, the next 2-3 years he's still gonna be legit. After that, he's gonna fall. He's gonna be like Jason Witten. He's gonna hang around.
I mean, that's
goals and make some catches, but he's not gonna be Travis Kelce, bro. Tight end's a hard position. 34 is old for
So,
that.
Monty, do you think that to get to the number of Super Bowls you think he will get to, Patrick Mahomes, that they have to come soon before Travis Kelce starts getting really old, and the money starts getting too much where they can't start signing a lot of role players in depth, and they have to rely on the draft, which they've been pretty well. So as long as they can draft well, there's really no issue.
Well, I was gonna say, do they not have draft picks? And I'm pretty sure they didn't. They're not like out of draft picks. I don't think so.
Yeah, but they didn't have depth at tackle.
I could see Mahomes taking less money in a few years, just to I could see him doing that. I think he'd be the type to do that. Honestly, I will give him that.
Well, he already did, bro. His cap hit is nothing, right? For like
not right now. Years. It's not.
No, it's not.
It's not.
But tell y'all.
Look in a few years, man.
But you already saw.
I understand. I remember the contract. I get it. I'm not saying that. I understand what you're saying, but bro, he's 25. It doesn't matter.
You've already seen some of the signs of the cap being too high for them and some of the players, by they
Like
not
Badger
having
was-
depth at key positions and offensive line. They relied on all their starters. They had zero depth, and it showed in the playoff game. There were revolving doors on the tackles.
Okay, and I
Also-
understand that, and so that's one thing they messed up. They have a
Mhm.
bad philosophy for drafting. They should have taken
Right.
a lineman instead
Right.
of a freaking running back. I get that. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if they get their drafting
In,
right,
in all reality, they had to take another running back. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is not that guy.
but they're not
Right.
doing it in the first round.
No,
Not in the first
no,
round.
no.
Speaking of running backs, I want to give Bruce Arians a little credit for how he used Fournette all year. Like, if you notice through the regular season, Fournette had one, maybe two big games. He was saving him, dude, for the playoffs. He was keeping him fresh. And then, I mean, you've seen Fournette all the playoffs, and then in the Super Bowl, right?
He
That
just
was-
trusted it.
but dude, that was a very smart play by Bruce Arians, signing him.
He trusted him more than Ronald Jones, though, bro.
But
They
I'm
don't
still
trust
saying,
Ronald Jones.
I think he had that shit planned, man. We're gonna take it easy on Fournette, and we're gonna use him in the playoffs. We're gonna run him into the ground in the playoffs. I really think he had the shit planned when he signed him. I think it was a genius move, and I don't even like Bruce Arians that much. I'm just saying the way he signed Fournette and the way he used them, it worked out perfect for him, dude. Because
But how do
Fournette was one of the freshest players in that game.
Hey guys,
So
what was your take
Go ahead, man.
on Andy Reid before he won a Super Bowl? Everyone said he couldn't win the big game. Isn't that correct?
Right.
So he won one. He got out coached, plain and simple. Their whole coaching staff had a horrible game plan on offense
thank
and
you.
on defense.
They don't know what they were doing.
He,
I agree with you.
to
I
be
think-
honest, he got out coached in every game last year too in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
that's what I'm
Can I-
saying. I mean, you got to look at the coaches. You got to give them credit for this Super Bowl. Tampa Bay knew the
Patrick
perfect plan and
Mahomes
executed
got
it.
them
What?
to where they got to last year, basically
Yeah.
on his arm and Tyreek's legs.
So what are you guys saying, that they should maybe think
Yeah.
about moving on from Andy Reid?
I'm
No,
not saying moving
not
on,
at
but
all.
I'm saying
Check
he's
this
get,
out.
he did. I'm saying if you look at the
He-
game plan,
Andy
Bruce Arians
Reid's-
outcoached him.
Yeah, Andy Reid's good at getting you to the playoffs.
Right.
You guys realize that man was not in his right mind because his son might go to prison.
Now,
We
hold
did.
on.
Absolutely, that's an outside
totally-
distraction.
I totally agree with you, Monty. And
Like
like,
straight up.
no, listen, time out. Like, you're right. And
That's
Yeah.
two sons, by the
you
way.
can't block it out. You can't block that out. I don't see how you can,
'Cause
man.
his other son took his own
Right.
life, like
Right.
back, 5 years or so ago, and then now this son, if that little girl dies, is going to prison, possibly.
He still might
Especially
go
if he
if
was
she
there.
doesn't die.
Right, especially if he was drinking. 'Cause-
Right.
Yeah, so I was like that.
No,
I was talking to Dave about that before the game. I was like, man, that's gotta play a factor. In the
That's
they
a
had
great
COVID.
point, Monty.
You can't block that out, dude. If you're any
Yeah,
real
just-
type of father, that you couldn't block that out. There's no way. No matter how hard you
Yeah.
try, whether it's the Super Bowl or not, I don't want to hear anybody say, "Oh, he should have blocked it out," because you can't.
Especially like I said, when you already lost
If you
a
say
son.
that you don't
too.
have kids. If you say that you don't have kids, that's all I'm saying. I'm sorry.
Right.
And he's already dealt with like crazy. So yeah, I don't know, man. I just feel like that Chiefs team was not. That wasn't. I don't know. I don't feel like that was representative of how they played all season. Patrick Mahomes was clearly gimpy. You guys
No,
can't tell me from the first time he took off running, he did not.
Oh,
Like, come
yeah,
on, man.
absolutely. He had surgery. Of course, he was gimpy. You're
But Monty-
100% right.
I'm not saying there wasn't other injuries. I'm just saying like that was not. Tampa Bay was hitting on all cylinders. You guys are right. They were on fire. Like when we had our last podcast, we talked about them being a different team. You're right. So they are a different team. But at the same time, that was not representative of the Kansas City team in my eyes either. I don't know. Like, what the hell is Honey Badger doing?
Listen. You guys have known
Like, what was that?
the last month of the season. I've been saying that Kansas City was not playing good. They played good in the playoffs, but the last month of the season, I've been saying that
No, I know.
they just
Like
didn't
Atlanta,
look- They didn't look
everybody was
right,
talking
man.
about it.
I mean,
But that's also because Patrick Mahomes has turf toe, right? When all that happened, so I'm telling you, man, like he was not right. Everything is around that man. If that man's not right, it's off. You know what I'm saying? Like they
And
were
you're
probably
right,
better
like-
off playing their back.
Tampa's one of the hottest teams we've probably ever seen win a Super Bowl. I mean, maybe like back to the Giants, and like think about the reward they got every game on the road to get to a Super Bowl in your home stadium. I mean, and they were fired up, man.
Can I say that Tom Brady is getting way too much credit though? Because Jameis Winston had like 40 turnovers, and that team was like 7-9. So I just want to say that.
Right.
But,
They
I
were
mean,
7-9.
No, dude, I'm going
Go-
to tell you right now, that defense won the Super Bowl for them. Tom
Shaq
Brady
Barrett
just-
will not be back. They're not going to pay him.
Tom Brady
No.
played a good
Chris
game. But he was-
Shaq
Godwin
Barrett-
will not be back. They're not paying him.
no, because they can just pay Antonio Brown on the cheap.
One of the
You think he'll be cheap?
Yes.
Antonio Brown has to
Yeah.
be cheap. He ain't got no
Really,
They can
choice.
sign him.
He really didn't do much this year to show any different, Dave. And, I mean, I really don't think he showed much this year to deserve a big contract yet. That's my opinion. I like
He
AB.
got to be.
Yeah,
But I don't
Godwin's gonna top receiver money for sure. I mean, there's no doubt.
He's gonna go to like the Raiders or something more.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing to look at in that Super Bowl was Tom Brady's release time was like 2.2 seconds. So the Chiefs couldn't blitz, and that's how they played defense all year, was blitzing.
What was Tyrann Mathieu doing though, man? What was that? I was like, oh,
I don't
I was
know, but I
expecting
would
him to be
knock
the
Tom Brady
difference
out
in
if
the
I was
game.
him.
A lot of people
what
were
did he say?
a lot of people are bitching about those penalties, like the offside penalty. Dude,
You
the guy was
know-
lined up offside. How is that? I mean, that's a penalty. It sucks.
I wonder what Tom Brady said, man, because they said they're not going to play the audio. He had to say
Yeah.
something because there isn't.
Michael
That's what I said.
Irvin
I would've-
heard
I
the
would've knocked
audio
Tom
and he
Brady
said it
out.
wasn't a racial slur.
I don't think it was, but what the hell did he say? Like,
Probably called him in the B word.
they're like, no, we can't play that. We can't have people hearing Tom
Degrading.
Brady
It's
say that.
too
That's what I'm saying.
degrading. We can't have Tom Brady calling someone the B word.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if it was a black player, they would have caught that shit on the boom mic.
Right.
Hey, can I say real quick though? All this hurts me to say. Like, aren't we lucky to like we're the ones witnessing this? Because like this isn't gonna happen again, guys. No one's gonna win 7 rings. I don't even like the guy, but I'm just glad that I'm alive to witness this. My son's alive to witness
Does
this.
Brady get
I mean,
more Super
Trying
Bowl
to spread the
rings?
love. I get tired of watching this dude. I don't. Why?
Dude, I
he's
know,
not
but
my favorite
Monty,
player. I don't want to watch him all the time.
listen,
I'm tired
bro.
of his ass.
I hate his ass
Just
too,
like
but
LeBron.
just think
I'm
about
tired
it
of
for a
your ass.
second.
Go sit
Like,
out somewhere.
there's only a certain amount of people that are going to be alive that you're going to get to see this shit, man.
How many
Well,
more
I get it,
rings?
but
How many more rings does Brady get?
We get
I'd
22
say
years
one.
in Jordan, bro. We got 15, and it was like people were like, "Oh God, sit down."
He'll
It's
be-
like, yeah, we gotta keep watching these
Dave,
motherfuckers. Man.
He'll be lucky to get one more, but there's no way he gets more than one, dude.
Yeah, I'd say one.
No, I think he's done. There's no way.
I do too, Monty. I do too. I think he'll win next year, bro. I
No,
think he'll be done.
he already had knee surgery too. That body's breaking down.
I
When did he get
totally
hurt?
agree. I don't think he's winning another one, dude. But I said this fucking last year too. So God, I might be here this next fucking time next year saying the same thing. Like, oh man, you know. But I hope not, man. You're right, Monty. I'm done watching him play. We got you.
I be
go.
talking crap about Brady. I'd be like, he's a bad dad. He won't go home. to his
So-
kids.
So overall, do you guys believe there's a good chance these two teams can meet next year?
I don't. I agree with my dad. I think that I agree with you, Dave. I think that the road for the Chiefs is going to be a lot harder. Whoever said that, I think we both said that. I think the road for the
AFC
Chiefs,
is just deeper
Yes.
than the NFC. There's only a like 2 or 3 teams in the NFC that can win it all.
Yeah.
Who's winning? I thought the
Since-
NFC was
since
better
this year. No, it's
No,
not.
Huh?
NFC's trash.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
You got
Yeah, Drew Brees
Seattle,
is gone.
Green Bay, and Tampa Bay, and that's it.
Don't put Seattle up in there.
so y'all sleeping
Don't-
on
Well,
the
that I mean, that's
49ers?
the only team that you could see them winning a lot of games because they have the quarterback.
So wait, who in the AFC then? Give it to
The
me.
Buffalo.
Bills, the Ravens.
No, 1 year. Get out of here.
Hmm.
Dude,
They
you don't
went
think
to
the
playoffs
Bills? You don't think the
back-to-back
Bills?
years.
You don't think the Bills are
Can't
going to win
win
the
the play. Bro, first of all, everybody told me Josh Allen was trash up until this year. Dude was
I
fumbling
still-
helicopter.
Hold
Yeah,
on,
well.
Be quiet.
hold on, Monty.
You never-
Hold on, Monty. Don't put me in that group, bro, because I never once said.
Losing
I never
to
said
Deshaun
that to
Watson.
anybody.
You know who I
No.
think is going to be a surprise team in the AFC next year? It's
Bro.
the Chargers, man.
Whatever team Deshaun Watson's on in the AFC.
Facts.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson's overrated ass
If
was on a 4.
Oh my gosh, how can you, dude? I get so mad when you call him overrated, bro.
Bro, explain to me why they're 4-12, bro.
I don't.
You can't.
Can't do it by yourself in
They're
football.
not
You
going to
can't-
trade him to an AFC team. They're going to trade him to the NFC.
You just want the
Who?
Bears.
San Francisco and not
Oh,
Chicago.
No, I know Chicago's not getting him.
He
but I'm
won't.
not
He
trading
wouldn't
Dave.
accept a trade
Oh,
to Chicago.
I'm not going to draft him because he's black.
He
I
doesn't.
know
I'm
they
going to
hate
draft
you.
Mitch Trubisky.
I know how dumb that was.
Oh my
You know
god.
that. I
He
never say
doesn't.
that.
He doesn't want to play in Chicago or cold weather. I don't think.
He would
honestly.
never. Dude, he would never go to Chicago because of the
I
disrespect they showed him
think
from the
Dave's
draft.
right. I think he's going to
All
San
right, man.
Francisco because they can trade Garoppolo and first round picks. I think that's where
Yeah.
he's going.
If
I
he
think-
goes to the Niners, I'm telling you right now, the Niners are in the Super Bowl because that whole
It's
defense.
over. Yeah.
Yeah, you get Bosa back. shit, look the fuck out. They got Kittle,
That's all.
Debo. Oh man, Brandon
And-
Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk came on strong
All
this
right.
year. Yeah,
So yeah, these teams look like going forward. Tampa Bay has an easier road to get back than Kansas City, but there is a chance that they could be both back in the Super Bowl next year. There is a chance. I think there's a small chance due to Kansas City, but I do believe that there is a decent chance. So
how do you feel about Cleveland going into next year, Dave?
I
think they're trading OBJ for sure because they don't need him. They show that. But how do you think? I think they're going to be right there again, double-digit wins and compete. I really do. That defense is legit. And Baker Mayfield, my feeling, learned how to play his role in the NFL.
right. Yeah.
Hey, I got a quick question. If you guys want to chime in, everyone always says like Lamar Jackson's already getting criticized for not being able to win in the playoffs, right? Don't you guys agree?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, Aaron Rodgers is 1-4 in NFC Championship games. How is that not being criticized?
I think he is getting criticized for it after this year. I do.
Yeah, he starts getting
Maybe
too
not
conservative when it comes to the playoff games. Especially when he
But I
knows
mean,
he's
national
like
media doesn't say a word about it. You never hear he's 1-4.
right. Well, I mean, some do, but you're right. Mostly what everyone's perspective of him is he's this big time winner and everyone else fails around him.
Right. And it just seems weird and unfair how Lamar Jackson gets ripped and he's been in 2 playoffs basically.
Right.
But I gotta say, but Lamar Jackson's never even been to the AFC Championship. He's never made a run to in the playoffs like Rodgers has. You know what I mean? I wouldn't compare those two yet.
No, I'm not comparing him. I'm just saying he's only 22 years old.
But even the criticism, I just don't think because Lamar Jackson's never made a run in the playoffs, even to get close. Rodgers done it once and won one. And I mean, at least he's gotten close. I mean, I don't know. He's won a few big games. I totally agree with you. No one talks about how, he chokes the NFC Championship, but I just think at least he's made a few runs in the playoffs. And Lamar Jackson really hasn't even done that. He's won 1 game.
Right.
What, 3 attempts? 3 attempts? 4 attempts? He's won in 3 now?
Yeah, he's 1-2.
Right. So, like I said, with both they could both be in the Super Bowl, and we have a whole nother year. We got 12 months away before the next Super Bowl, so we'll
And
see
a lot
how.
of free agents,
right.
draft picks.
Speaking of off-season moves, J.J. Watt was released by the Texans, getting his wish. The Texans giving Watson a big middle finger. Instead of trading Watt, getting something for him, because there would be teams that would give up at least a 4th or 5th round pick for him. They say, nah, we're just going to respect your wishes and get rid of you right now. And there's already teams in the hunt to sign him. The Steelers with TJ Watt, the Cleveland Browns, the Buffalo Bills, and the Tennessee Titans have already talked to his agent and see what his interest is going to be. I think that Steelers are in play, but I feel like there are going to be other teams that are going to look just to see what the situation is. I believe by the time he signs with the team, unless he just wants to only play for the Steelers, I think there's going to be upwards of 24 to 28 teams that are going to call just to see what the situation is. Are you trying to get paid? Are you just trying to play with your brother? Are you trying to win a Super Bowl? What's the situation? Because if he wants to win a Super Bowl and doesn't want to be paid a lot for 1 year, prove it, again, that he still has a lot, not going to get injured, I feel like there's going to be a lot of teams up towards the top tier, mainly included Tampa Bay. Don't forget, because they're going to lose Shaq Barrett. What else to replace him with than J.J. Watt? I feel like that would be a good replacement, right?
If he wants to win the Super Bowl, you're right. That's the perfect spot for him to go. I think the team that needs him the most is Tennessee, because they had horrible trouble getting sacking the quarterback this year. They just couldn't get to him, man. So they could use him the most. I don't know if he'll really care about money, because, the man has money. He might want to go play with his brother. Who knows? But I think you're right. There's going to be a lot of teams interested. And as far as the Steelers go, man, Big Ben's owed $41 million next year. So, ouch. I don't even know.
They're going to restructure that because the cap next year is lowering.
But man, you think they're gonna cut him, dude, or you think I don't think they can do that to him, man.
No,
like,
I don't
they
think
need
they're
to
going to cut him. I think they're
I
going
don't
to
think
meet
they
with
should cut
him and ask and see if he's going to plan on retiring.
Yeah, they can't cut that man. I that's just not right, dude. Like, I don't even like the man, like I said, but I don't think they should do that to him for what he's brought to that organization.
He already came out and said he would take less money to play.
Well, then,
Well,
yeah.
he's not even worth half of $41 million. I don't
No,
understand.
Right.
I mean, we all know he doesn't need the money. I mean,
No, no. Look, Ben Roethlisberger's made a lot of money. His play is going
That's-
downhill. If I were the Steelers, I would cut him. I wouldn't let him play anymore. I don't need you in my lineup. I wouldn't sign J.J. Watt. I would try to trade T.J. Watt possibly and try to get as many picks as possible and rebuild completely. Maybe look at the Jets, see what they would try to get if they would give up that number 2 or Miami would give up that number 3 pick. There's not really many players aside from T.J. Watt and maybe an offensive lineman here or there. The wide receivers are really, really good, but they either need to get a really good quarterback and get back into playoff mode or rebuild because there's just no in between, right? When you're looking at the Steelers roster, it's set to win now. So you either got to put a veteran quarterback or trade for a very good young quarterback like a Deshaun Watson, or don't you got to start accumulating picks?
Dwayne
Like,
Haskins,
what
baby.
is it? Like, what do you got to do here? I mean, like, what's
No, you're right.
like, what
gotta
do you
get a
do?
quarterback.
Like,
You gotta
Monty,
get a
if
quarterback.
you're sitting here and you're over the Steelers organization and you don't have Ben Roethlisberger anymore, what are you trying to do here? Are you trying to go back to the playoffs and win a Super Bowl this year, or are you trying to get into rebuilding mode and try to hope for next year or two get back in the Super Bowl picture with youth and maybe draft picks or maybe a young quarterback that you trade for or you draft?
Yeah, you already know I'm going with the youth movement. They're like, sorry, Ben Roethlisberger. We'll pay you whatever we got, but whatever we have to pay you in your contract. But we don't want you this season. Then I'll let Dwayne Haskins prove if he's really good or not. If he's bad, then we're gonna get a high draft pick. He'll just be a career backup, and we'll draft another quarterback and just go with the youth movement. Yeah, I'll probably entertain trading T.J. Watt. Seeing what kind of draft compensation you can get, and then just go with the youth movement. They already got young wide receiver. I'll let Juju walk. Replace him with a comp pick, and just rebuild.
Right.
Go that way. Yep.
So you're in.
hey,
No, go
Dave,
ahead.
what do you think it's going to cost for someone to get Darnold from the Jets?
It just depends on the situation, but around the league, they're saying a late 1, early 2.
Dude, hold on. He had a worse QBR than Dwayne Haskins. Get out of here.
He had Adam Gase as his head coach.
I don't care. No,
Okay.
you're not getting a first-round pick for that man. Get out of here. There's
I
no
would
way.
Round pick for him.
I already told you guys in previous episodes that I
Yeah,
could
third.
see Kansas City doing something like that and then flipping them for a couple first-round picks.
Kansas City.
Yeah, because he could learn behind Patrick Mahomes, insert him in blowouts, make him look really good, trade him for a couple first-round picks.
Ain't nobody giving you a couple first-round picks for Sam Darnold. It was over when he said he
Couple
was
first
seeing
round
ghosts.
picks for Sam Darnold.
It was over when he said he was seeing ghosts. It was over.
Dave. Hey, bro, let me get some of that. Whatever you got.
It was over when he got mono for making all the high schoolers.
Nobody ever thought that Ryan Tannehill could have been what he was last year away from Gase. It's not
True.
Not a
not saying-
possibility that it's.
Hey, hold on. Nobody said he can't be good. You're saying first-round picks for this man. I'm saying no.
You're saying Ryan
No
Tannehill
one's giving you
2 first round picks, Dave?
no.
Last year,
Hell no.
after
No,
last
no.
year,
First round picks for Ryan Tannehill? Nah,
Well, you wouldn't know.
that's a 1 and a 2.
I would not have, but there would be teams that would have traded for him last year after
Right,
last
Bears.
year's playoff run.
The Bears would have done it, and then he would have had fucking his career would have been over after 2 years.
You
Still,
know-
somebody would have done
Sorry,
it.
Dan.
Tom.
For
You
two
know who's a
first-round
wild
picks.
card quarterback that could go somewhere with the right system and be productive? I think is Marcus Mariota.
Mm,
I'm not s-
He reminds me of Tannehill, but I think he has better passing abilities than Tannehill.
yeah, I wonder about him.
Him.
I don't
Dave?
know. I'm think Mariota in my eyes is.
I heard someone wanted him though. Who was it? Did you hear that?
No, it was the Raiders just wanted to trade him.
Yeah, the Raiders are talking about trading him.
I can't think of a team that would want him.
I don't know. I honestly think the Bears wouldn't. How worse can it be for the Bears? Honestly, man. I mean, why not? Take
Bears are about
You know, it sucks
I-
being a Jets fan, but you know, being a Bears fan in this situation, where you guys have zero clue about your quarterback situation.
It's
going into
horrible.
next year.
That's what I'm saying.
At least
Why
we
not
have
take
some
a
sort of
flyer?
clue. It's either going to be Sam, a rookie, or Deshaun Watson. That's basically it. It ain't going to be anything else. For
Right.
you
that's what I'm
guys,
saying for the
it
Bears.
shouldn't
Why
be
not
Trubisky.
Take a flyer.
It shouldn't be Foles.
What do you have to lose?
That's
Yeah,
the
it can't be
Trubisky.
Foles. It cannot be Foles.
Oh God! If the Bears,
Oh, the Colts. The
we'll
Colts,
talk about that
Bears,
later in a different
Colts,
episode.
Washington football team would be the
So today, if the roster stayed this way going into next year, where does J.J. Watt best fit?
Green Bay.
It's not a bad fit.
I'm thinking Tampa, man, because they've got Pierre Paul, who's a little bit older. They got Ndamukong Suh, who's a little bit older. That way they can rotate plays, stay fresh. I say Tampa.
Yeah, and we know for sure that Shaq Barrett's gone.
If everybody goes to the retirement home known as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, then yeah, they're gonna win.
Hey, man, it's
Oh.
working.
I hate. It's all LeBron James' fault, man.
I knew it
It all
was
goes
coming.
back to Punk, man.
Get him, Dave.
Can you
Dave ain't got
just-
nothing to say. It's true.
Can you stop? I just don't understand why he lives rent free in your head. I just don't understand it. Does he have like
I don't
a
have-
luxury
I
suite
don't have no,
up in there?
I don't have no.
Hey,
I don't have no choice, man.
I hate to say he is right on this one though, bro.
He
this
says,
shit is
I have no
LeBron.
choice. It's not
Right.
LeBron. The Celtics did it first in 2008.
Who abused it? We'll just put it that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Who abused it? Mm.
Who does it every year?
Interesting choice of words there.
Anyway,
All right.
He didn't
All right.
abuse it. He did a show to give the Boys and Girls
It's
Club
like the-
America
it's
$1
like
million.
the- It's
We-
like the
we-
Tom
we-
Brady. It's like the Tom Brady thing, man. Just sweep that under the rug. That never happened. But
all
he's-
sports
he's the
here,
GOAT.
Dave.
If I'm
Okay.
looking at JJ Watt, Green Bay is a perfect suitor. Steelers, if they had a great quarterback, would be a great suitor because having the Watt brothers on that line would be nasty.
Plus, that'd be how many guys could say, yeah, man, I played for a couple of years, you know, on the opposite of my brother. We were tearing shit up, sacking the quarterback together.
Packers
No.
or Steelers with a good quarterback. That's it.
Hey, I forgot about one team we'd be a good fit on. If Andrew Luck would come back by any means, which we know it's not
Whew.
probably going to happen. But if he did, the Colts would be a good fit too.
Man, man. Oh, man. There'd be a lot of players wanting to go to the Colts.
They have a hell of a defense
They
already.
they would have so many free agent wide receivers. Juju, Marvin Jones. All of them would want to go there.
Allen Robinson.
all those,
Everyone
all
would.
those bad.
Like, we got J.J. Watt and Andrew Luck.
Oh man, JJ
Dude,
Watt.
I hope he comes back, dude. That'd be great to see them in the Chiefs battle.
He's not coming back.
I think
But
he might.
to speak about another release, A.J. Bouye was released from the Denver Broncos. And the reason why I speak of this, because he's not that good, he's decent, okay, maybe, is
He used to be good.
the NFL offseason seems to start a little sooner every year, where it seems now players are getting released during the playoffs. Like AJ Bouye was released during in between the Super Bowl and the championship games.
No, that shit was at like halftime of the Super Bowl. I thought, no, you're right.
But
though.
still,
Tweeting out at halftime, man, I just got released. What the hell?
right. Like, now it seems like the NFL just needs to embrace like legal tampering and let all these players just start deciding and talking to teams as soon as their season's over, not when the NFL season's
Yeah.
over.
Right.
Hey.
Make that shit like fantasy. Me and Monty are already talking a big trade behind your guys' back. We're just trying to.
Mm,
And we're gonna revisit in a couple weeks here.
mm,
Hey, Seth, it's almost like Friday. How the hell you get fired on
Right.
your day off?
mm.
Right.
Hey Dave, I forgot about another thing. You know Tom Brady cheated again too, bro. We didn't even talk about this, bro. You just reminded me. He illegally tampered in Tampa Bay. He walked to the wrong person's house, trying to go to Byron Leftwich's house. Remember?
Oh
Always
wait,
cheating,
hey,
bro.
hey, I'm glad
Always
you
cheating,
said
bro.
I'm glad you said his name. I got a question for you guys.
Dude's
Say Tampa,
always cheating. Bro.
no, listen, hold on. Say Tampa makes another run next year. Say they do win another Super Bowl. Say their offense looks great. Does Byron
Oh,
Leftwich become a head coach in 2 years?
No.
no,
Very
because he's probably
easily.
cheating.
If Aaron
You
Bieniemy
don't-
can't be a head coach,
You don't think so?
no.
No, he's got too
Yeah.
many. I guess he's had criminal problems in the past.
How many times did Leonard Fournette fumble this year?
That's not Byron Leftwich's fault.
Nah, it's Tom Brady's fault. You gotta check the air pressure in them footballs, man.
Hey,
Y'all
God.
pay attention?
Hey, Monty, what's his story about him going to Leftwich's house? I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, what
Because-
happened though? I didn't hear about it.
He went to the wrong person's house. He walked into some dude's house and was like, does Byron Leftwich live here? And they were like, no. You fucking idiot.
I feel
Get out
like-
of my house.
hey, Tom Brady, get the fuck out of my house, yo.
Right. No, they said it was like
Right.
it was an open house, so the dude was trying to sell it, and then Brady just walked in. And he was like,
Here, bro, sign my ass.
you
Here,
trying
Tom,
to-
sign my ass. Right here.
are you trying to like buy the house or what's going on?"
Right.
That's crazy. I didn't hear that.
Real talk, I'd probably shit a brick, honestly, bro.
Right.
We all probably would. I mean, let's be real. Even Monty would be like, oh my God.
So today was this very special day in Jacksonville. Tampa Bay was just celebrating their Super Bowl. Today, Jacksonville is celebrating their Super Bowl. Trevor Lawrence's pro day was today. And you already know Jacksonville, Urban Meyer was front and center, checking out them thighs, checking out them footworks, looking at how everything was working with that quarterbacking, seeing how all them traits are going to look down in Jacksonville. I honestly hope that he just has a brain fart and says, nah, Justin Fields was my man in Ohio State. I want Justin Fields. Is there any chance?
No,
Any
dude.
chance?
Zero.
Any
No.
chance that he takes
Zero.
Justin Fields or maybe Zach Wilson instead
No.
of Trevor Lawrence?
Zach Wilson has a better chance before Fields does.
Slow down, Dad. What the hell are you talking about?
They're saying Fields is going to go fifth now, dude.
And I hope
They're
he's better
saying
than
Zach
all of them.
Wilson and some other
I hope he's
quarterbacks
better
will
than
go
all of them.
before
Look what
him.
I
Look what he did to
honestly,
little-
honestly
Kinda.
believe that Penny Sewell is going to go to the Jets or that wide receiver out of Alabama, Devontae Smith.
He's not even the best receiver coming out of college, bro. The guy from LSU didn't even play last year as the best receiver. He's going to get drafted before the boy from Alabama. I really think that. I can't think of his name. The kid from
Yeah, I've heard
LSU.
that too.
He's going to – they say he might go to be the first receiver off the board. He's way better than this guy. And he didn't even play last year because he opted out because of COVID. They're saying this kid's amazing. I don't know his name. I can't think
I
of
don't
his
either,
fuck
but I've heard that too on the draft board.
Dave, if you can look it up, man.
I am. But still, either way, I feel like there's got to be some chance that he's considering Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields, especially when he
No,
goes to a
no.
pro day.
I don't – as much as I love Justin Fields in Ohio State, I don't think he is, man. I mean, I
Jamar
feel Justin
Chase.
Fields is more NFL ready right now. What's his name?
Jamar Chase.
Yes, him.
Yes, Jamar Chase.
That could be
Yeah.
the first receiver.
I don't know. I feel like Penny Sewell didn't play last year, so he's gonna probably go second. So I could see someone that didn't play last year going up that high. Yeah, no problem there. But Trevor Lawrence, like I said, I just feel like if Justin Fields can just impress Urban Meyer enough on that day, there's a slight chance he will consider Justin Fields, and then the Jets will come in.
I think the only chance that could have happened is if Justin Fields could have beat Alabama. Now, yeah, he whooped Sunshine's ass in the semifinal game, but he didn't look very good in the national championship. If he could have went in there and smoked Alabama like they did Clemson, I think then there might have been a chance. And then even still then a slim chance. And I love Justin Fields. He would have went number one. But I don't see it happening. Urban Meyer, not Urban Meyer. I don't.
Joe Douglas was sitting there watching Trevor Lawrence like, God damn it, Gase. How did you mess this one up? How did we beat the Rams and the Browns back-to-back weeks when they were trying to make the playoffs with higher seeds? Unbelievable. I hate it. I hate it. So
You know what, Dave?
What?
That might end up being a blessing in disguise.
Could be.
It might. It
We'll
might.
see. We'll see. We'll
You guys
see how it
if you guys
plays out.
get Deshaun Watson, listen, if you get Deshaun Watson, fuck that. I'd much rather have Deshaun Watson than Trevor
I would much
Lawrence.
rather have Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson than Trevor Lawrence. I agree with you. And there's going to be a slight chance that the Jets can get one of those two quarterbacks, and I think there's slim to none that they're going to get those two quarterbacks, but I think there is some sort of a chance.
I don't think the Texans are going to trade him, honestly, dude.
I think they are. I think they are.
You really-
100%.
Really?
Yep. Yes, 100%.
You know what,
He's
though?
gone.
Now maybe after I see him releasing Watt, maybe
they're emptying house.
yeah, because you know
They're-
what? Now he's gonna be look, dude. You guys are
Watch
crazy.
Brandon Cooks get traded again.
Jeez, what am I doing?
Again. Watch. I am telling you right now. Bears are going to lose Allen Robinson and trade a 5th rounder for Brandon Cooks. Watch it. It's going to happen. I guarantee it. Watch it. Only on the Dave Cat podcast. Guarantee.
You think he's Allen Robinson can go to the Texans?
No, I think that Allen Robinson is going to leave Chicago and not resign.
Oh,
But
I do too.
But I think that the Bears, to replace Allen Robinson, are going to try to trade a 5th round pick for Brandon Cooks because Houston's going to empty house. They're going
I'd take Brandon Cooks for a 5th round pick. He had a great year last year.
They're going to take that 2nd round pick from the Jets, or the 2nd pick overall, and they're going to draft their quarterback, and they're going to start building up. They don't want Sam. I don't think they want Jimmy G. I don't think they want Kirk Cousins. I don't think they want Carson Wentz.
You think Watson is getting traded? Where do you think he's going?
I think, in all reality, I think it's going to come down to 2 teams. It's going to be the 49ers and the Jets. Because I honestly, and especially if this does not happen until around free agency, the Jets could, get, Allen Robinson and Joe Tooney.
Oh, yeah, I don't have
and get, build that line and get weapons for him. Like, look, it's already ready. We can trade this pick now and get you. You can have Allen Robinson, Will Fuller, Joe Tooney, Mekhi Becton, all ready to go.
I just, like I told you before we started recording, man, I love Deshaun Watson. He's on my fantasy team. He's actually right up there with Russ as far as my favorite players. I just want to see him go somewhere, just anywhere, man, that he's going to be treated better and they're not going to trade away his best player and just take everything away from him, dude.
Woody Johnson has taken over the Jets again. He just got back a couple weeks ago, and the last time he was in with the Jets, they had Fitzpatrick, Eric Decker, Brandon Marshall, re-signed traded for Demario Davis, and then traded him away again the following year to the Saints. And then before that, he was trading for Santonio Holmes, trading up for Mark Sanchez, trading Darrelle Revis. He is always making splashy moves, and this is going to be his welcome home gift, is going to trade for Deshaun Watson. 3 first-round picks, a 2nd round pick, and
Watson jersey.
that's probably what it's going to take. 3 first-round picks and a 3rd round pick or something.
But, man, it's so worth it. I mean, man.
Especially if Joe Douglas can finesse them and say, we'll give you both of Seattle's first-round picks and then give you ours 3 years from now.
Right. Who cares about – no,
I want that 2nd overall. They want that 2nd overall, though.
Yeah, they're going to have to give up that 2nd pick for sure. But who cares, Dave? Oh,
no,
man.
I would, but I just hope that it's – when Joe Douglas does this, he can just maximize it because it's going to come down to Deshaun wanting to play there, and the Jets have to convince them, look, we're going hard after these players. We're going to sign Will Fuller. You can have your receiver back. We'll do all we can. We're signing Joe Tooney, the best guard in the league. We're doing all that. We're going to have you on the offensive line. You're not going to have to worry.
Who are they going to go after at running back? Their running game was horrible.
draft. We have this third pick in the second round. We'll go Etienne, or we'll go after the boy out of Alabama. There's options there, or we could sign Aaron Jones.
And it has been easier to find good running back help in the second and third round lately in the draft. Not like a running back who's going to change the game, but a running back who can block.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, NFL is a passing game now. I mean, running backs are a dime a dozen now. I mean, legit. You don't even need like a household name in the backfield anymore. You need a couple guys who can get the job done, and that's it, man.
Right.
I agree. If you have a line, you have a quarterback, you have a chance to win. That's all there is to it.
That's true. Looking at it, they don't
have a line.
It always comes down to the quarterback position. Like, it's always that one position that's always either holding you back or propelling you forward. Like the Jets in 2009 and 10 with the AFC championships with Mark Sanchez, they would have won those Super Bowls with a better quarterback. Mark Sanchez was holding them back, but basically. You look at other teams with Lamar Jackson. I feel like he could be holding Baltimore back if they had a better pocket passer, someone that could complete more throws. Now their offense is tailored around Lamar, but that defense is ready to go. The running game's ready to go, and that includes Lamar Jackson. But J.K. Dobbins is up and coming. But there's just other teams like that, like where the quarterback, if you change them to more reliability and more of what can win games and make defenses more honest, then that's what everyone looks for.
Dave, I agree with you. You're totally right. Like what people are looking for, but I think with Lamar Jackson, I don't even think a quarterback that's like a little stage above him would do very good on that team. They don't have anybody, like no possession receivers, no guys you can throw to on third down to get a first down. I mean, Mark Andrews is not he's not a chain mover. He's not a stud. He's not a guy who can go out there. Like, look what Stephon Diggs did for Buffalo this year and Josh Allen. The Ravens need somebody like that. They need a game changer on the outside. They need someone who takes some coverage away from the tight ends, where he can throw down the middle of the field the one-on-one coverage to his tight end. Or, you know what I'm saying? He needs a good receiver, dude. I really, because there's Hollywood Browns. I mean, he's a speedster. He goes up top, and that's it. He's not a good route runner, dude. He's not going to beat anybody one-on-one too many times. He's just got to beat you over the top, and that's all he can do, dude. Right. He needs a good receiver. I really feel that, because Baltimore doesn't have anybody on that team that's legit on the outside.
Hey, Dave, what you were saying about teams that would excel with a different quarterback, I mean, that's the Bears 100%. I mean, they got a good running game. They've got a great defense. You put a better quarterback
Just that one quarterback, that's all it takes.
Yeah, they're definitely
even Kirk Cousins in Chicago. That would be deep playoffs.
Baker Mayfield,
deep
Kirk Cousins.
Playoffs.
Especially the way Montgomery came on this year. He really came on strong for the Bears.
Well, we'll be talking about the Bears, Vikings, Packers, Lions, Browns, Steelers, Bengals, and why am I forgetting the other team in the AFC North? The Steelers, the Bengals, the Browns, and the Baltimore Ravens that we were just talking about, Lamar Jackson. We're going to be talking about all of those teams, the AFC and the NFC North, next Friday night. All the recorded podcasts will be on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, and wherever you get your favorite podcasts. And for now, we had tonight, Monty's gone, so he's not here anymore. He had to take care of his child. Always having babies must be rough when trying to do stuff like this, but
dad duties come first. We know that. We're all dads in there.
I appreciate Rick on. Hopefully we'll have him on again next week to talk Bears. We will be talking in depth about the Chicago Bears and what their offseason looks like. We'll go in depth about all of these teams, free agents, unrestricted free agents, and the restricted free agents, who they could tag, who they could trade for, and their draft position and who they could draft. We're going to be a little bit longer episodes with these divisional episodes. Try to tend to about hour, 15, 20 minutes probably for each episode. But we're going to plow through them 4 straight weeks. Each week, one set of divisions in each conference. We're doing the North next week. And then the week after, we're doing the West. So make sure you tune in because we're going to have more guests, even more. I'm going to try to get 5 to 7 people chiming in on each of these shows for each team. If I can get one for each team, that's what I'm going to do. We're going to get people just coming in for 5-10 minutes, talk about what they want about their team, dissecting their opinions about what's going to happen in the offseason, what they would like to see in the offseason going forward for their team, and debate about maybe a change at the quarterback position for that team, or maybe tell them the truth about their team that they just don't want to hear. You're going to hear no lies. We don't care about anyone's feelings. We'll tell it how it is. The Jets will be better than the Seahawks in the next 2 years. Book it. Not next year, but the next year. But the next year after, it's going to happen. I hope you're ready for it.
Right here, or are we doing end of season 1 like after we do these next 4?
Well, end of season 1 would technically be after this episode.
Okay, well then, hey, I just want to say, man, everybody that downloaded an episode, they tuned in on Facebook Live, they went on YouTube, they gave us one comment, they gave us one like, anything, just one time, like listen for 30 seconds, man. We appreciate that, and like just keep doing it, man. We're trying to get better.
We're building. It's going slowly. It'll go slowly, but that's how like all the guys on YouTube, they usually don't start overnight unless they're already big.
And we're just, like I said, man, we appreciate everybody that's, like I said, one time, one like, one listen,
one like, view. One share, one friend to tell.
Thank you. Yes.
And give us some ideas of what you want to hear us talk about. We're going to talk about football, but if there's something that we're just not covering that you want to hear, like whether it be kickers, which I don't want to talk about kickers, but I mean, it's just anything like that. Just go ahead and give us a suggestion. But once again, thank you, Rick, we'll have him on next week. Seth is here. Find him on Twitter.
We made it, baby. We made it to the end of the season.
Made it to the end of the season. We'll be starting the new season next week with the divisional episodes, and then we'll talk about free agency after that, and then we're going to lead up to the draft. We're going to have fantasy football specials again in the between that with a dynasty special and regular redraft special, and we're going to talk about basketball coming up in a week or two. Have special guests on for that.
Deshaun Watson is on my team when he's on the Jets, and Dave's going to be fucking pissed all year because he's going to be, dude, give me Deshaun Watson today. Nah, man, can't do it. Can't do it, bro.
We'll see what happens.
We're going to talk about that.
For myself, you can find all the handles on Facebook and Twitter at DaveCatPod, and once again, the podcast on all your favorite platforms that you get your favorite podcasts. And don't forget, we just started on YouTube today. Subscribe, and share. Yeah, thanks for listening and downloading. Have a good night.
See y'all next week.